Hello everyone and welcome to round 2 of the Slide Job Syndicate 360 Sprint Car Series here in 2026, presented by Leadfoot Racing Entertainment, your #1 provider of sprint car motion simulators. Tonight's round 2 is the Cliffhanger Clash 30 at Lernerville Speedway. Track record was set last season by Chase Townsend, which is a 13.151. We had 34 cars, I believe, in competition for tonight, so it'll be 5 heat races. Top 4 will advance out of each of those. Pretty much everyone in qualifying, not in qualifying, in practice, set faster times than the previous track record, so definitely expect that record to be broken as cars are about to head out onto the speedway here momentarily, as right now they're doing a quick drivers meeting before we get out on the track. Of course, last week, Ethan Foley was the race winner. I believe his first ever start with the league as well. Which is a name I actually do not see on the entry list at the moment. So go here with the 07S, Michael Schuring, out on the speedway here first. Lap number 1 looks like a 13.857, as currently at top of the charts. Fastest for Michael Schuring there as he goes 12.998. So that is definitely a brand new track record there. First driver to be underneath that mark. So see if anyone else can beat it here in the field. Go on board here now at the 42 of Tayton Sander. See what he has for time here. I've won a 13.897. Looks like second lap will officially count. Must have gotten to the wall on lap number 1. He goes 7th quick currently. The 13.261 is see Aiden Stoll. He had a tough week last week in the 072 machine. It's a lot of bad luck. Worked his way all the way from the back of the field after starting on the front row. But then got caught up in another incident. As Colton Brewer is now out there in the 77 machine. So we are guaranteed a new winner here tonight with Ethan Foley not being in the field. He's also the current point leader for the Slide Job Syndicate 360 Sprint Cars presented by Leadfoot Entertainment. Colton Brewer is 12th on lap 1. What will he be on lap 2? He was a little bit faster. He goes 11th quick, the 13.320. It does look like all cars have made their times now. So 32 is the official count, as Matt Hinkle and Greg Deese did originally register as drivers for the session, but obviously they are part of the league admin team. But your brand new track record holder will be Aiden Stoll in the 072. Now the field here gets ready for heat race number 1 of the evening. Top 4 will advance through. This heat race is brought to you by RPES Gaming. So starting on the pole in the 69 will be John Klimowitz III in the 69 machine, as I said. 02 a Parker We'll go from second, third, Ethan Milwain in 37. He is currently runner-up in the series point standings. Obviously, we'll take control of that at this point since Ethan Foley is not here. Depending on how his night goes, anyone else can overtake him. And obviously, your brand new track record holder, the 072 there, /39 car on your screen is Aiden Stoll. And going fifth will be the 15 of Mason Martin. That Yeti Kohler's machine was on track last week as well. Newcomer this week, Matthew Sweeney in the 7 machine. And 83, Greg Robinson will roll off 7th. And 8th, Jason Voyolette. I'm going to guess I might have pronounced that right. He will roll off 8th there in the Leadfoot Entertainment Will Disc Brakes number 45. One to go signal here at the line. 69 of John Klimowitz III will be able to fire at any point they want to when they get to 3 and 4. Once again, 8 laps of distance. Top 4 will move on to tonight's big dance.
Green's out. Green flag. Green flag.
Leads the field off in 2, 3, and 4. He leads lap number 1. Mark now fell back to the 4 spot. He looks his way back out there, gets slit. Milwain kind of takes his line away. As Klimowitz now going to lose his top weight momentarily. I feel like it should come back, but maybe he did actually lose it. Usually iRacing will give it right back to you. But Aiden still makes quick work here. Your brand new track record holder. Obviously looked very good at Volusia last week. Once again, out front here at Lernerville Speedway. Ethan Milwain, currently runner-up in points in the 37 machine. Runs in the 2nd spot. Currently Matthew Sweeney there. Well, I was going to say he currently held the last transfer spot, but now he does not. He's in 3rd. Greg Robinson from his 7th place starting spot, now up to 4th. Big slider there. Holds his line, does not take away Sweeney's momentum there on the top sides. He continues to try to work this inside line to get by Sweeney, and he does down the back straightaway. Head off in 2, 3, and 4. 2 laps to go here at the line. Still way out front in 39/072 machine. Matthew Sweeney in your 4th and final transfer. Violet there in the 45. Is on the outside looking in after starting 8th in this one. Now turn 4 though, the 39 picks up the win here. Aiden Stoll victorious for the 2nd straight week in heat race competition. Ethan Milwain finished 2nd. Greg Robinson 3rd. 4th, Matthew Sweeney. 5th, Violet. 6th, Martin. 7th, Parker. And then 8th, John Klimowitz III. The only driver to not finish that heat race. All right, now your starting lineup here for heat race number 2, presented by Leadfoot Racing Entertainment, your number 1 provider of sprint car motion simulators. Your 2nd heat race will go this way. Jamie Gardner in 85 will roll off on the pole. Jimbo Rooney in 27, the only car I believe that has not gridded up to this point, is slated to go 2nd, and there he goes. Johnny Vaughn Jr. in the 030 will go from 3rd. 4th, Michael Skurin. Of course, he finished runner-up at Volusia Speedway Park earlier in the week with our Reigel Promotions Esports 360 Sprint Car Series. Kevin Goodall in 29 will go 5th. 6th, the 22 of Jeff Ivan. 7th, John Klimowitz Jr. in 34. And then the 10 of Michael Tennyson will roll off from the 8th spot. Once again, 8 laps. Top 4 will move on to tonight's main event. Again, they will roll around here for one pace lap before we get going here with heat race number 2, presented by Leadfoot Racing Entertainment. Jamie Gardner here on the pole. He did pick up a win last season with the series. He finished second in points to Chase Townstead. Gardner here will fire, and away we are here in Leadfoot Racing Entertainment, race number 2. See there, Vaughn there, got the whole shot, nearly took the race lead there in the early going. See if he has anything off before. He does not. Gardner leads the lap. Michael scurrying there all over Vaughn. He'll slide up. Rooney tried to come on through. They're going to make slight contact. Vaughn's going to be the man on the outside looking in now as he tries to gather it back in. Michael scurrying now runs in the second spot. Rooney is third. Final transfer spot is held by 𝐒𝐤𝐢𝐝 Jr. Michael Tennyson, after he started shotgun on the field here in 8th spot, he's now 5th, looking if he can chase down a 34 machine. So Michael scurrying there, doing it for a slide job 1 and 2. Gardner's going to come back at him here in 3 and 4. Scurrying tries the outside, and Gardner just barely leaves him enough room. Scurrying running the lip here at Lernerville Speedway. He will now be out front in the 07. 85 of Gardner now runs second. Rooney still in third. Not really out of the fight at this point, but he's definitely got to get a move on here if he wants to battle for a top 2 in this heat race. 𝐒𝐤𝐢𝐝 still leads over Tennyson. At this point, unless a mistake happens for 𝐒𝐤𝐝𝐝, I think he has his 4th and final transfer spot. Scurrying still up front here. 2 laps remaining. Come to the white flag this time. So your best battle on the track is here for the 6th position. Vaughn trying inside. Obviously his car is damaged there. He got some front end damage there as well. So he's definitely struggling, but scurrying going to take heat race number 1 in the 07. Gardner finishes second. Third goes the Rooney. 4th is 𝐒𝐤𝐝𝐝. 5th Tennyson, 6th Goodall, 7th Vaughn, and 8th was Jeff Ivan. Now you're grid here at 4. Heat race number 3, presented by Side Bite Sim. Side Bite Sim is also the Rookie of the Year sponsor for the Slide Job Syndicate 360 Sprint Car Series. Andrew Ray will go from the pole here in car number 2, alongside Colton Brewer, always a force to be reckoned with in the 360 Sprint Cars. Gavin Chatham, of course, picked up a win last year in the 360 Sprint Car Series here. Brody Duscher, we'll see him just in a little bit in the Off-Road Series, live at 9 p.m. Eastern. Dean Reynolds in 79 go from 5th. 6th, Kevin Goodall in the 55. And Dylan Brandon 7th in the 4. And then rounding out the field will be the 111 of Patrick Clemenson. We should only have one more heat race after this for the evening, and that will be Bloodline Sim Sports Heat number 4. Once again, top 4 will move on out of this heat race number 3. Andrew Ray will fire first and lead the field to the green flag. Green flag is out, and away we go in heat race number 3. Andrew Ray will try to get up there, not in time though. Brewer powers around the outside. Into the race lead goes Brewer. Chatham follows him through as well. So Ray quickly back to the third spot in that side bite sim number 2 machine as they get crossed up there with Duscher. Duscher now moving to third spot as Goodall is trying to gather it back in. I think he has some damage there on the 55 machine, as you saw the NOS machine of Dean Reynolds now into the 4th and final transfer. Brandon runs in 6th. Brewer out front. See Chatham here on the bottom side trying to work his magic. He is pretty well known for being a bottom feeder, I would say. See side by side once again off the corner. That top side just too much momentum up there right now, it seems like, for Brewer. Chatham just not able to get that bottom to be worked to perfection. Duscher, I don't think, is out of this fight yet in the 35 machine. Because he's been keeping right with him. Obviously about a straightaway back is Dean Reynolds. But he just got to make the show. And obviously after starting in 5th, he'll take it. Chatham and Brewer continue their battle out front. Eventually that top side is going to go away, and the bottom will come in for Chatham, but at this point it does not seem like it, as Duscher takes it out to the infield. Tries his hand there on the final lap. Does not look like he's going to get there, as Chatham's going to hold the inside. He will keep that 2nd spot. So it's Brewer, Chatham, and Duscher. That's your top 3. And then coming home 4th will be the 79 of Dean Reynolds. That is your 4 transfer cars. In 5th, Dylan Brandon. Clementson is 6th. 7th was Goodall, and then 8th was Ray. Now your 4th and final heat race of the evening will go this way. Zachary Good in the 118 will go from pole. Alongside with the 13 of Fred Hoffman. Then Chase Townsend, your defending series champion in 72, will go 3rd. 4th, Tayton Sander in 42. The Australian David Baker in 19 will go 5th. 6th, Jeremy Childers in the 011. Josh Slater in the 30 will go 7th. 8th will be Cole Katz in the 07. Once again, this heat race is brought to you by Bloodline Sim Sports. Zachary Good had a good run last week, going from 21st to 8th in that 118 machine at Volusia. Fred Hoffman did not have as good of luck, as he was not able to make it to a competition at Volusia, as we'll get the green flag here as they come out of turn 4. Good gets one of the best starts that we've seen all night for a race leader, as Townsend in 2nd. Hoffman does fall back just a little bit. He'll keep that 3rd spot as he had the high side. He gets not a good front straightaway there for Hoffman, as he is off the bank. Seen time and time again with Fred Hoffman at Lernerville, especially with the Regal Promotions events. He just never can seem to have good luck here, whether it's something like that, or he just gets caught up in the wrong incident at the wrong time. Townsend, though, showing the top side here, and he's going to take the lead out of turn 4. Top side is just so good at the moment. You can carry so much speed up there. Obviously, it's definitely scary here with no wall. You have nothing to lean on at the top. Tayton Sander going to try to follow suit. Seems like Zachary Good does not want to go up there, and frankly, I don't really blame him. I don't think I'd want to go up there either. As now Sander and Good going to get together. You see Sander tried to slow up in time, but just was carrying too much momentum. I was kind of surprised that he tried to follow him in there, to be honest with you. Looks like Tate and Sander there is going to get the easy EOL, as now he'll be negated to the back of the field in 42. So now the field waits for the iRacing pace drop to catch up to the rest of the field, and there it is. Of course, we spoke about earlier, Chase Townsend there picked up 3 wins last season, which Gavin Chatham is actually the 99. He picked up the win here last season during the series, but 3 wins for Chase Townsend. Won at Bristol, Port Royal, and Eldora, en route to the inaugural series championship. Of course, finished second last week, had a 7th 2-second run. But due to all points, he is currently tied for 3rd in the series standings with Jimbo Rooney heading into tonight's competition. Halfway in this heat race. As we spoke about last week, there is no points on the line here during the heat races. 10 points are on the line in qualifying as the top 10 get points. It's 10, 9, 8, and so on, as Townsend gets us back to the green flag. Townsend, of course, Childers, I believe he started in P6, up to 2nd now. Josh Slater, another driver, I think he started in 7th. He's now running P3. Sander and Good looking to get themselves back in the transfer spot, and they're going to do the same. They're going to split the 30 machine as they head off into 3. Sander goes up top. He's following Childers. It's kind of a race through the field here for what's going to prevail, the top or the bottom. Good has the advantage at the moment. Now he's going to get himself back into 2nd spot. This melee of cars here out of 4. Who is going to get there first? It's going to be Good, Childers, and then Sander, I believe, is the top 4. So Josh Slater is the odd man out there in heat race number 4. Townsend, Good, Childers, Sander, Slater. Now we'll head off into starting on the pole here, it'll be Parker in the 02. Johnny 030 there will start 2nd. 3rd, Ryan Goodall. 4th, David Baker. 5th, John Klimowitz the 3rd. Jeff Ivan will start 6th in 22. Angel Ray 7th. 8th will be Fred Hoffman. This will be your C main for the evening. Top 4 will advance to the back of the B main. So same thing as we've seen all night long, just want to be in the top 4. Obviously a lot of drivers here just had a tough go of it so far in tonight's cliffhanger clash. Obviously Johnny Vaughn started in a very good spot in his heat race. Same thing with Parker and Klimowitz as well. All three of them really just got caught up in some incidents and were never able to recover. Green flag is out, and Parker leads us to the green flag. 10 laps of distance here in the C main. As Johnny Vaughn does prevail there, it's Goodall tried to get him there through 1 and 2. 𝐒𝐤𝐢𝐝 now going to work to the inside lane in the big blue Michigan machine. Vaughn on the top side. Momentum will prevail. I thought it was going to get more of a run than that. He did, but he did not. See what it is here out of turn 4. 𝐒𝐤𝐢𝐝's going to have it at the line. Still side by side as they enter 1 and 2 though. Parker, meanwhile, out front in the 0-2 over a second gap to second place runner John 𝐒𝐤𝐢𝐝 III. 𝐒𝐤𝐢𝐝 still has it at the line. Now Goodall all over him there in the Quaker State number 55. Ryan Goodall still currently holds that 4th and final transfer spot. And Ray, see him digging in the background in the 2 machine. Parker continues to click laps away here in the C main. Goodall now going to look to the middle side of the speedway as looks like Vaughn just got a little tight there in the corner, nearly went over the banking. Might be the break he needed. Goodall now will take the spot, at least momentarily. As they head off into the corner, makes slight contact. Vaughn keeps it on the racetrack. This keeps Ray in play here as he slides through the slickness. Slips up just a little bit more. He's going to send it in here, not able to slide up enough. Vaughn and Ray side by side for that final transfer as we have 3 laps remaining in this one. Ray once again just not using enough momentum there to get up in front of Vaughn. They stay side by side, coming to 2 laps to go. It's not able to, it seems like he's a lot better in 3 and 4. Ray is just not able to get through 1 and 2 cleanly. White flag is in the air. Parker's going to come to it here. 3-second gap for him. I believe that's going to be all she wrote for Andrew Ray. Parker going to take the checkered. 𝐒𝐤𝐝 is going to come home 2nd, 3rd, Goodall, 4th, Vaughn. That is your transfer cars. Ray, Baker, Hoffman, and Ivan will have to try again next week. Of course, next week we'll be live here 7:30 p.m. Eastern, March 1st for the Palace Reckoning 30 at Port Royal Speedway. Of course, iRacing always loves to screw up the time when it comes to the B and C main. Whenever you have 2 events like this, it'll put this one daytime, even though the previous race was nighttime, and then we'll go straight back to the night when we get to the warm-up session. Okay, B main, I believe the top 8 will advance out of this one. This is the way they will go. Jason Violet will go from pole. Michael Tennyson starts alongside. Dylan Brandon in car 4 starts 3rd. Josh Slater 4th. 5th, Mason Martin. 6th, Kevin Goodall. 7th, Patrick Clemenson. Cole Katz will go 8th. 9th will be Parker there in the 0-2. John 𝐒𝐤𝐝 69 will go from 10th. 11th, Ryan Goodall. And 12th, Johnny Vaughn. So only 4 cars going home out of this one. That will get us to our 24-car field for tonight's cliffhanger clash here at Lernerville Speedway in Sarver, Pennsylvania. This one will be, I believe, 12 laps to the distance.
Green, green, green.
Violet there with the whole shot as they go into 1 and 2. Slater saw how close he was to getting in one of those transfer spots earlier in the evening. As he falls behind him is Brandon and Goodall. Vaughn there already up to the 4th spot. He makes contact with Goodall. Goodall keeps it going by who else gets caught up in this one. Doesn't believe. I'm honestly kind of surprised iRacing would throw the yellow for that. But iRacing loves to throw yellows like that. Whenever it doesn't make sense to have a yellow, it will always throw one. You can count on it. Of course, right after this at 9 p.m. Eastern, we will be live with the RPES Metcalf Media Off-Road Series season opener. So we'll be at the Wild West Motorsports Park with the Pro 4 trucks. Then Tuesday night we'll have RPES Night in America, dirt midgets and 410 sprint cars at Lima Land. Midgets will race at 8 p.m. Eastern. Then 9 p.m. Eastern will be the 410 sprints. Then with the Wednesday we'll bring the 360 Sprint Car Series to Lima Land for 40 laps of action with the RPES King of the Quarter Mile by Slide Job Syndicate. Then Thursday we head to Talladega Superspeedway with the Pavement Ignition Series. It's the RPES Alabama Gang 150 by Hinkle Plasma Cutting. And of course next Sunday will be the Palace Reckoning 30, race 3 of 9 on the year for the Slide Job Syndicate 360 Sprint Car Series presented by Leadfoot Racing Entertainment. We are about to go back to green flag action here. As Josh Slater there takes the lead through 1 and 2. Violet now running in the second spot. Brandon runs third. Fourth is Vaughn. See, Ryan Goodall now works his way into the 5th spot there. Of course, he is one of our C-Main transfers. As he continues to work that high side, he runs currently 5th. 7th is Klimowitz. 8th, Cole Katz, as now we have contact at the back of the field. Everyone seems to be keeping it going, though, as Kevin Goodall is currently your last transfer car. Is up, no longer anymore. As now he is back off the speedway. Something happened to Ryan Goodall. He must have went off the banking. Still currently has your final transfer as Kevin Goodall. So interesting to see how that one works out, as I believe we just lost that many cars to this point. Josh Slater still leads out front. Violet there as we get a yellow, as obviously you can see one of the cars was set backwards there. It's a 111 of Patrick Clemenson. See exactly how this happens. Just gets in there too hot. Nearly gets into the 07 of Cole Katz. Spins it around. Of course, Field was coming at that point. Did not want to take out the rest of the field with him. Josh Slater, still your race leader here in the Elite Performance Industries number 30 machine. The 111 actually is currently your I believe the 111 is actually your final transfer car at the moment, the way things stand. And so we have some contact there with the 55 and 10 as they're trying to make their way back onto the speedway. Josh Slater now takes the race lead back here in 30s to go in the corner. Violet rides the guardrail there through 1. So now he falls back. We get another yellow flag. Looks like John Klimowitz the third getting into the 15 on the start. Good start. Our 15 kind of comes down I mean, obviously they do not have mirrors, so they don't really know, other than like by sound. That's why most of the time I usually try to tell drivers, if you don't think they know you're there, then you probably shouldn't put your nose there. And that's kind of what happened there, I believe. So now, of course, the field is waiting for the iRacing pace truck to catch up to them. Lernerville is one of the most difficult tracks when it comes to that, as just with the way the pace truck comes out of turn 4, a lot of times you're way past that by that point. Of course, as we continue to mention events, the biggest 360 Sprint Car Series event of the Reigel Promotions Esports calendar is coming up on Wednesday, March 4th. It's the RPES King's Clash by Roya's Graphics. The third annual event will be 40 laps to the distance, custom trophy, and a lot of prizes will be on the line. Of course, that'll be live right here on Reigel Promotions Esports. We'll have single car time trials, randomized invert, redraw, and all the whole shebang. As Josh Slater will lead us back to the green flag.
Green, green, green.
Green flag is back out here at Lernerville Speedway. Ball now going to the inside lane. So I do think that inside is starting to come in, as it's just getting so slick on the outside and very treacherous, as it always gets here at Lernerville. Ball now looks to the outside of the 30. So it's Slater, Vaughn, and Violet. That is your top 3 here in the B main. Dylan Brandon runs 4th. Cole Katz is 5th. 6th, Mason Martin. 7th, Klimowitz. And currently your final transfer at the moment is the 111 of Patrick. Patrick is 2 laps down. He is really racing against the 29 of Kevin Goodall, as he will take it. 111 there is your final transfer. It's Josh Slater, Johnny Vaughn, Violet, Brandon, Katz, Martin, Klimowitz, and Clemison. That is your 8 transfer cars into tonight's main event. Now we'll go into the warm-up session. Of course, timer is set for 10 minutes, but more than likely will not run all 10 minutes, as it is at admin discretion to advance when they feel the track is at a good state. And I'd imagine with the way the track is right now, I don't think you'll need many laps out there at all, maybe a minute or 2 at the most. Out of the 25 cars we had in competition at Volusia last week, we only lost 3 cars. Obviously, we gained quite a few with the car count being 34. But Ethan Foley, of course, last week's winner, is not in competition tonight. Isaac Bowman did not make it back, or Joseph Groom, which I know Joseph Groom is racing with the Two Fat Guys Sim Racing Promotions tonight, as he is in contention for that championship for their special events season, I believe. He'll be back, I believe, next week is Two Fat Guys' last race, so then Joseph Groom should be back in action with Slide Job Syndicate here. Through the sponsors that I mentioned earlier in the night, Heat Race 1 was presented by RPES Gaming. Heat 2, Leadfoot Racing Entertainment. Of course, they're the Series presenting sponsor as well. That's your #1 provider of sprint car motion simulators. So if you're looking in the market for motion simulators, they are the one that you should be looking up. So now we'll get ready for your starting grid for tonight's cliffhanger clash here at Lernerville Speedway. Of course, the second time Slide Job Syndicate has taken to the high banks of the Sarver PA Oval. Gavin Chatham there in 99 was your race winner 1 season ago. Of course, your new track record holder here at Lernerville Speedway will go from the pole. Aiden Stoll in the 39/the 072. Of course, 39 will be on his paint scheme out there. The 1 of Michael Scurring will go from second. Third, Colton Brewer in 77. 72, your defending champion, Chase Townsend, goes fourth. Fifth, Ethan Milwane in 37. Sixth will be Jamie Gardner in 85. Seventh, your defending winner here at Lernerville, the 99 of Gavin Chatham. Zachary Good in 118 goes from 8th. To the inside of row 5 will be the 83 of Greg Robinson. To his outside will be Jimbo Rooney in the 27. 11th will be the 35 of Brody Duscher. 12th, Jeremy Childers in 011. Matthew Sweeney in 7 will go 13th. 14th, John Klimowicz Jr. Dean Reynolds in 79 goes 15th. 16th, Tayton Sander in 42. 17th, Josh Slater in 30. Johnny Vaughn in 030 goes 18th. 19th, Jason Violet. 20th, Dylan Brandon. 21st, Cole Katz. 22nd, Mason Martin. 23rd, John Klimowitz III. And at the tail of the field, the 111 of Patrick Clemenson. Lights are out around the Lernerville Speedway. For the second time in Slide Job Syndicate 360 Sprint Car Series history, we are about to go green flag racing in a main event feature. Aiden Stoll and Michael Scurring will lead him to the green flag. Here we go.
Green flag, green flag.
Aiden Stoll takes the lead in the Trone Outdoor, number 39 down the back straightaway. Colton Brewer in 77 gets it by the 07 of Scurring off the corner. Townsend is able to use that middle side to his advantage. He's the first driver out of your top 5 to make his way to the top side of the Lernerville Speedway. As he now continues the battle there for the third, momentarily 3 wide. He still holds on the 3rd spot there in 72. Aiden pulls away. He's over a second gap to your second place car at this moment. Michael Scurring now back to the 4th spot. Of course, your defending winner of this event, Gavin Chatham in 99, rolling the inside just as he did earlier in the evening in the heat race. Scurring slips up there a little bit. That allows Chatham to work by to P4. Just as Townsend was making his way to Brewer, we get our first caution flag of the night. Looks like Sander just cocks it sideways. Klimowitz was not ready for that and kind of got caught out. Every time we have a caution flag, I continue to pause because I keep almost wanting to say the 618 engraving and design caution flag, because that is obviously what I say on every single one of our Regal Promotions broadcasts. So it's hard for me not to have end up saying it every single time. Alright, we bring the field back to the green flag here in 3 and 4.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
We get a quick turnaround here. We're back to yellow flag once again. I believe it is John Clements is involved in this one again, I think. Okay, so the 07 got turned around. Of course, tough break there for Skirring as he had just gotten in, obviously started up front there on the front row. So maybe he got some net coders. It didn't look like he actually hit the back of that machine, but then kind of spun it out on his own after that. So no malicious contact from anyone on that one. So I would imagine we would get back to green flag racing here pretty shortly. As obviously Skirring's still out on the speedway in the 07 machine. A single file start. We get consecutive yellows in this one, as Stoll leads us back to the green flag. Stoll leads down the back straightaway there in the Truant Outdoor number 39. 77 of Brewer still holds down the second spot. Townsend in third, and Chatham in the 99 is in fourth. As Brewer once again takes the infield, nearly makes contact with the 99. That allows Gardner to make his way by into P5 now. Bill Wayne, of course, your runner-up in points, is currently running in the 7th spot. We're getting closer and closer to your race leader. Still has not been able to run away and hide as he did on the first run. Townsend still close behind Brewer as well. As now Duscher has made his way into the 4th spot. Still side by side with Chatham though. As Gardner must have jumped the berm or something as he fell back. It's quite a ways back from your 4th and 5th place cars. As Duscher continues to try to get that moisture on the inside of the speedway. Chatham now switched lanes. Now he's on the top side. We have not seen him run the top about pretty much any laps tonight until this point. Still about half a second back. Gardner now is all over Chatham there. Is now they're going to should be battling here for the 5th spot momentarily. See how slick this track is getting here at Lernerville. Rooney now doing battle with Milwain as they battle for the 7th spot. Milwain tries to hold the inside. Rooney is going to stick his nose the outside, and Rooney has just enough room. They go side by side into 3 and 4. Rooney now will take that spot. Sander tries to come with him, but Milwain makes contact with him as well. Cole Katz, I believe, is going to bring out, as he is at the top side speedway, he will bring out the caution flag. See exactly how he gets there. Oh, it's just wrong place, wrong time for Cole Katz. He just run the outside. Obviously, he had some previous damage because he has no front wing at this point. But Clements gets into the back of the 111, and yeah, Cole Katz just along for the ride. It's out the track. Obviously, same time that whole thing was happening with the 42. So just kind of a good time for 𝐒𝐥𝐢𝐝 to get that yellow. We'll say though, I applaud these drivers to this point. Been much better racing this week than we saw 1 week ago at Volusia. Of course, last week we had quite a bit of yellows once we got to feature action. Part of that is just with the bumpy nature, I would say, of Volusia. The top side, I don't even know if you can call it a curve. I just think you call it a death sentence when it comes to iRacing at Volusia. Field is double file back up. That signifies we will be going back to green flag racing here. So we're halfway home. 15 in, 15 to go when they get to the line. Still once again fires off into the race lead. There he goes once again as Brewer went to the top. Everyone else went to the bottom. Brewer and still able to stay out front as we get another yellow flag. So a couple cars involved in this one. As Gardner goes over the top. You see something also happening here on the bottom side. Sander gets into Rooney. And it looks like that's what happens there. So Gardner goes over the top. Complete separate incident to everything else that happens here. But it's like Rooney just slips up there to the middle side of the track. Sander comes on through. He keeps sliding up, but obviously Rooney comes back down. Another one of those things you don't really know if someone's there because you can't really see him without no mirrors. And everyone else is trying to spin to avoid, and a lot of crunched race cars there in turn 1 and 2. Yeah, you see the waiting line here to come back onto the racetrack. Still 21 cars on the lead lap at this point. And yeah, got Johnny Vaughn in the pits, but everyone else, I believe, is still running on the track. Violet and Katz are a lap down, but they are still on the Speedway. So 23 cars still running in this one. Coming back to it here, 39 will fire off first. So he gets some laps in here. After 2 back-to-back yellows. Duscher working on Townsend now in 35. He's been committed to the inside line since about lap 5. He slips up there just a little bit too far in infield. We've seen him multiple times bounce to the infield tonight. So we get another caution flag. 𝐒𝐥𝐢𝐝 looks like he may have been involved again. So looks like what happened here is Zachary Good comes in here a little bit too much speed. Katz held his line, lost his front wing for what, maybe the 3rd time tonight, and yeah, the second car just finishes him off. I would imagine that is going to be the end of the night for 𝐒𝐥𝐢𝐝. So I imagine that's it. He definitely uses fast repair at this point. Sadly, sometimes it's just not your night. I mean, it sucks, but sometimes the luck just continues to be bad, no matter how many times you try. Hayden Stillo looking clean and green out front. Obviously, with all these yellows, though, we've seen time and time again with a lot of these races. You can only give the drivers behind you so many chances to guess when you're going to go on these restarts, and to be able to hold them off as well. I'm sure he wants nothing more than to be able to just see what he has out in clean air out front and finish this one. Still once again fires off, and away we go. Duscher tries to move there in 1 and 2. Able to keep in front of Townsend, but not able to get to Brewer. Townsend and Brewer now going to both get by in there as they go into 1. See if they're able to get down the back straightaway as well. Duscher able to get through 1 and 2 well enough to stay in front of Townsend. I don't think that's going to be the case here. And Townsend now takes that 4th spot. Takes the 3rd spot. Duscher in 4th. Chatham going to try to come with him. Duscher may have to get off the bottom here if he wants to keep that 4th spot, and he does just that. Nate's still out front. A little over a half-second lead. Brewer in the 2nd spot, ripping the top as well. It takes a lot of courage to run the top here at Lernerville. Obviously, one small stake, you enter too high, especially when you follow a car just as close as Townsend there through 1 and 2. It gets pretty sketchy not be able to drive it off the top. Townsend now works the inside, tries the slide job move there. Just so slick, tough to make that move work. He's going to lose a ton of ground here. He's going to have to reel him back in here for in the next upcoming laps. Barring a caution or a big miscue, I feel like Aiden still may have this one in the bag at this moment. Obviously still 5 laps left when they get to the line. Townsend, very fast machine. He can get by to 77. He might have something for your race leader. Obviously getting by to 77 is easier said than done. Topside has been very dominant here at Lernerville tonight. He's going to try to move once again. Not as much this time. He's going to try to feather it. Just not able to get the drive off the corner he needs. As we've seen with Brody Duscher, just the bottom has went away here, kind of dirtied up in the last couple laps. And as we spoke about, just like that, very tough to follow someone with the dirty air and everything through the corner, trying to fall that high. That's why he continued to try that slide job move. It's definitely going to cost him here. Big points difference there is we're going to get a caution flag. Obviously multiple cars over the top. Chase Townsend was over the top. I believe Josh Slater also ended up over the top here in some form. It looks like he just about drove into the back of that guy. Slammed on the brakes and slipped the track, and other cars got involved. And I believe that's what your actual caution was thrown for. Definitely not what Aiden Stoll wanted to see. Is he looked well on his way to picking up the victory here. Now he's going to have to hold off Townsend once again. Or not Townsend, Colton Brewer I meant. My bad. But we will be green, white checkered when we get back. Green flag racing. Once again, we'll be live about a half hour from now for the RPES Metcalf Media Off-Road Series season opener at Wild West Motorsports Park. Should have about 20 trucks in competition tonight with the Pro 4s in action. And next week for the slide job sitting at 360 Sprint Car Series presented by Leadfoot Racing Entertainment, we'll be at the Port Royal Speedway, the Speed Palace at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Does look like the lights are out around the speedway. We'll come back to green flag racing here. I believe Irish just said we will not be going green. Yep, the yellow lights are back out, so still one more lap under caution here. Green flag is back out here at Lernerville. Aiden still gets the start that he needed. Brewer still runs in the second spot. Duscher trying to bounce through the infield there, not able to do it. Oh, as Duscher's not going to spin out. Final lap though, nothing we can do. As once final lap throws in iRacing, caution cannot come out. Checkered flag will wave. Aiden Stoll is now a slide job sitting at 360 Sprint Car Series winner. Leads flag to flag here at Lernerville for his first career win with the league. So we see one of the drivers obviously does the kind of infamous Lernerville jump after the race. So here is your final results for the evening. Aiden Stoll picks up the win. Colton Brewer finished second. Third is Gavin Chapman. We'll get a word with those three here in just a few moments. Chase Townstead finishes fourth. Fifth, Jamie Gardner. Sixth, Ethan Milwain. Seventh, Dean Reynolds. Eighth, John Klimowitz. The third. Ninth was Jeremy Childers. 10th, Dylan Brandon. 11th, Zachary Good. Then Robertson, Skirring, Sweezy, Slater, Martin, Duscher, Violet, Clemenson, Rooney, and then 21st, Sander Klimowitz Jr., Katz, and then Johnny Vaughn finishes at the tail this evening. All right, looks like we do now have your race winner in the broadcast waiting room. We'll get a word with him now. Hey, Aiden, how you doing?
For him, Andrew.
Hey, Aiden, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you now.
Well, obviously, leading flag to flag, can't script it more than that. Fast time, winter heat, everything went your way tonight.
I mean, yeah, just perfect night, perfect car, just perfect everything, I guess. Can't write it up any better than that.
I mean, the track was just seemed very top dominant. Did you have any sketchy moments throughout the feature?
Nah, not really. The curb was pretty built up there. You could just rely on it, put your right rear on it, and just basically just lay the hammer down.
Obviously, congrats on the win. Is there anyone you want to thank before I let you go?
Just want to thank 𝐒𝐥𝐢𝐝 Sim Sports, all the boys over there, and just Matt for putting this league up, and you for broadcasting.
I appreciate it, and hopefully we'll see you back here again next week.
For sure.
All right, that was your race winner, Aiden Stoll. Now we're going to work with your second place runner, uh, Colton Brewer. Hey, Colton, how you doing?
Hey, doing pretty good. How are you?
Good. Uh, Obviously, I just didn't seem. You had definitely had a lot of speed tonight, just not enough for Aiden. Uh, Top obviously was just so dominant. Did you think you were going to have anything for him there, or no? Even if we had a longer run.
Mainly, I was just trying to make sure I didn't go off the top and wait for a mistake on his part, and unfortunately, it just didn't happen. He was pretty clean and clear the whole race.
Yeah. I just talked to him about that. Pretty much was a perfect night for him. I mean, he fast time, heat race, and led every lap. I mean, you can't ask for any more than that. Uh, but obviously, he still had a lot of speed though. He had a pretty good run last week as well. So should be sitting decently in points come next week.
Yeah, yeah, we'll be all right. Volusia didn't quite go how we wanted it to,
Yeah.
but it's all right. Should be plenty of time to make up for that.
Well, is there anyone you want to thank before I let you go?
No, just thank you guys for putting on these races and whatnot. I know it's a lot of effort, so we appreciate that, and see y'all next week.
Yep, we'll see you at Port Royal. All right. Lastly, we'll get a word with your third place runner, Gavin Chatham. Hey, Gavin, how you doing?
Hey, Andrew, how's it going tonight?
Good. You seem to be one of the only cars that tried the bottom. Really, at any point tonight. Obviously, the feature you went to the top side then, but you ran the heat, even in the heat you were running the inside. Just never really seemed to come in throughout the night, and it definitely went away about midway point of that feature.
Yeah, no, you were able to make up some spots there, especially early on in the race, especially in 1 and 2. If you got the car low enough and got it slowed up enough, and you're able to stay in that moisture, and you can launch the car off the corner because there's so much grip coming off the corner on the bottom that you're able to get a really good run and stay with them down the back straightaway. But in 3 and 4, I mean, even if you hit the bottom perfect down there, the outside in 3 and 4, you almost gave everything up that you had gained in 1 and 2. So I mean, it did work, and it definitely worked on the restarts. We were able to get a spot or two from the guys up top that were trying to build their momentum. But once that momentum got built up on the top, it was hard to keep with them running the bottom there. But sometimes you got to try stuff out and go where other cars aren't, and try to make some speed. But all in all, we got a little bit lucky there. I know. A couple guys kind of slid off the top a little bit. We were able to get a couple free spots there. But all in all, just running the top three tonight, especially with this field of cars that we had going on here, definitely feels pretty good. There's a lot of good cars out there tonight, and definitely got a little bit lucky. But no, we were pretty competitive all night. It felt pretty good to be up front.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely can't be upset with a third place run. And anyone you want to thank?
No, I just want to thank you for Andrew for doing an awesome job with the broadcast. I want to thank Matt and everybody at Slide Job Syndicate for putting on this league and allowing us to come out here and race and do what we like to do. And I just want to thank FTM Full Throttle Motorsports, Mike Schick Motorsports Design, Velocity Race Design, Northeast Outlaw Motorsports, Chatham Motorsports, Super Dirt Car Series, Swan Speed Shop. Just I'm sure I'm forgetting some people, but I just want to thank everybody that helps the team out and helps us and sponsors us. And I just want to thank the fans for coming out and watching these races. And I hope we put on a good show for y'all tonight. And I just want to thank my fans as well for always taking the time to come out and watch the races.
Well, we appreciate it, and we hope to see you again next week.
Hopefully, I think it's Port Royal, so it's going to
Yeah.
definitely be some high side wall banging. But Port always puts on a good show, so maybe we can go into the home state of Pennsylvania there. Well, a home track tonight. We finished third, so maybe we can go to the central part of the state here and keep it in the posse and take a win. But we'll see. But yeah, it should be an exciting race at Port Royal.
Well, we appreciate it, and we'll see you then.
All right, thanks. Have a good night, Andrew.
You too. All right, that was your third place runner, Gavin Chatham. And with that, that is going to about do it here for the Slide Job Syndicate 360 Sprint Car Series presented by Leadfoot Racing Entertainment. Once again, they are your number one provider of sprint car motion simulators. This has been the Cliffhanger Clash 30.